Lil Wayne has officially spoke on the whole Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl situation, despite, the video that he released on Instagram talking about being disappointed about not getting it. Now he actually talks about Kendrick Lamar getting it and says he had a conversation with him. So let's go over the article. Lil Wayne has revealed that he and Kendrick Lamar have spoken following the drama surrounding next year's Super Bowl halftime show. Earlier this year, Kendrick was announced as the headliner of the big game, which takes place on February 9th in Wayne's hometown of New Orleans. Weezy made his disappointment at the snub public, which K-Dot addressed on his latest album, GNX, promoting the Young Money legend to seemingly hit out as a Mona Lisa collaborator on social media. Now, during an interview with Skip Bayless, Wayne has confirmed that he and Kendrick have spoken and there's no bad blood between them. So let's play this clip.
But you guys are cool. You have talked.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, all right.
I told him you got to kill it. That's what I told him. I told him you got to smash it.
Well, he will smash it. I'm sure
yes,
he will.
Of course he will.
So, is there any way last second that you would be asked to make a little appearance with him on stage?
I'm not going to even be in the country.
Okay, all right. Okay, I appreciate that. I actually love that and endorse that.
So Skip Bayless is he's kind of out of touch when it comes to like hip hop, which is interesting when he asks these questions. But it's great that Lil Wayne had a conversation with Kendrick Lamar behind the scenes because he's been getting criticized, on social media when he was talking about Bill Belichick, NFL, and he was talking about something about people not respecting him and giving him his congratulations. The social media attacked him and said, well, you didn't do the same thing to Kendrick. You criticized him, didn't congratulate him. Well, this is where privacy and real life are two totally different things. What happens in private and what happens outside in the public, we don't know. We didn't, unless Lil Wayne could have never said this ever. And we would have probably never known that Lil Wayne and Kendrick spoke to each other. Because Kendrick doesn't do interviews, doesn't talk about these situations. So if Skip Bayless never asked this, we probably would have never known that a conversation behind the scenes. And that's why sometimes speaking out in public and criticizing somebody, you don't know what happened behind the scenes. And sometimes you shouldn't know. It's not your business, right? Not everything that Lil Wayne and Kendrick do should be in the public eye. But it's tough, when you get online and people criticize you, it's like it can sometimes trick your mind into thinking that things are worse than what they are. The media can switch things and make things a lot worse than what it actually is. But it's good that the two main people, Kendrick and Lil Wayne, had this conversation to kind of iron things out, right? But yeah, he said he's not going to be at the show. He's not going to be a surprise guest. He's going to be overseas, or he's going to be out the country. So he made it very clear that he's not going to be the surprise performance guest. I think it's going to be Kendrick and just Kendrick. I don't see anybody coming out and, being a surprise guest. Maybe Snoop and Dre, because they did the Missionary album. I doubt it, though. I don't think anybody's going to come out as a surprise guest. But shout out to them for having the conversation. Lil Wayne never heard the GNX track. At least that's what he says. I don't know if I believe him. It's really hard not to hear that when the lyrics came out. It was all over the internet. I'm sure a friend texted him and sent him the song. I think he just says that just so, it makes it seem like he doesn't care. But I'm sure he does. Not to say that he has issues with Kendrick or anything like that. But Skip should have continued reading on what those lyrics were. Because, he said, irony, my hard work let Lil Wayne down. But then he says, whatever, though. Call me crazy, everybody questionable. Meaning, like, he can get it, too, if he really wants to. That's how I took those bars. Like, hey, everybody's questionable, meaning I don't know these people's true intentions and how they feel about things. They can speak one way about me or talk to me one way, but they might feel a different way, But overall, interesting, man. I'm glad that at least Lil Wayne kind of cleared the air on that. Really cool of him to do that.